Hello everybody and welcome back to a bit of Planet Zoo DLC speculation. Now, if I'm going to be honest, it has been a bit of a while since we've done any of this, and I thought it was a good time to return to it with a bit of region-based speculation. So, doing a region-based series, so this one is the Americas, as you could probably have read from the title. Um, and yeah, let's get into it. So we're starting off with the South America Animal Pack. So we already did have a South America pack, and we've just had the Tropical Pack. But South America is a very diverse continent that has a lot to offer still in the game. So I do have some surprising choices, but if you imagine a bit, it could actually be one of the best looking DLCs you could ever have for Planet Zoo. So our first animal is the black howler monkey, one of the largest monkeys in the Americas, distinct with the males having a pure black coat and the females, I mean, having a golden coloration, which has led to their other name, the black and gold howler monkey. So they are found throughout Brazil and Central South America, particularly the Pantanal as well. Um, and yeah, they would be a really good species for a bit of ambience in our South American zoos, as their calls, I think, are the loudest of any land animal and can carry for several kilometers. So you would be able to hear them like you can hear your siamangs in the zoos currently. So yeah, just a really cool species to have, and I think it would be a very fitting addition, and it is the #1 most requested New World monkey currently in the game. The next pick, however, is quite surprising. So, the Amazon River dolphin is an iconic animal of the Amazon River and some other rivers across the continent, and has a distinct pink coloration. It is an endangered species, and but it does exist in captivity in Brazil and some other South American countries. So it isn't too out there of a choice. And it would be great if we could get some fully aquatic creatures. And they don't have to be in a sort of exhibit setting. They could just be in a sort of habitat sort of style, but you have like a habitat gate, but you drop them into the water. So like how the current crates drop onto land, they just drop into the water and the animals spawn in. And that's how it could work. They can just swim around the bodies of water, interacting normally with certain items. So they would have the underwater fish feeder, of course, and some of the buoys as well. Actually, proper water buoys would actually be a really cool little feature to add for aquatic creatures. So yeah, Amazon River Dolphin is a very interesting pick, but nonetheless a very cool pick for a South American animal pack, as yeah, it's an iconic animal of South America and would make a very uh, unique addition to the game. And if we were to get the bullnose dolphin, it could work a very similar way. The next animal is the South American COATIMUNDI, a South American relative of the white-nosed coati and the raccoon. And they do have a couple of other relatives, including the kinkajou. So they are omnivores and live in a variety of habitats, primarily tropical rainforests and grasslands. Yeah, and they're found right across the continent, other than the southern tip, pretty much. And yeah, they're widespread in captivity and would make a fine addition. And they are quite asked for in the community currently, so it would be great if we could get a coati one day. Oh, right. I had another image on there. The next animal is actually very high on people's wish lists, and that is the spectacled or Andean bear. So it is the last of a long lineage of bears that existed before present day. So it was related to the short-faced bears of the Pleistocene and Miocene. And yeah, it's just getting to Pleistocene, Miocene, and Pliocene. Well, that late Cenozoic era, at least the you know what I mean. You know what I mean, guys. I'm trying to like keep it fluent, but as their name suggests, they do have a pattern around their faces, which can form two perfect spectacles, and it's the same logic that works with the spectacled caiman. But yeah, so it's another bear, but bears are very interesting animals, and this is the only bear in South America, therefore making it a bit more unique. It is also a notable animal of the Andean mountains, and so far we only have the llama. So getting the spectacled bear would be a real treat. And I keep forgetting I put more than one picture on these slides. The next pick is a very colourful pick, and that is the roseate spoonbill. So the roseate spoonbill is a very colourful water bird of the South American continent, and are found throughout Central America and up to Florida when they breed. So they would be perfect for a wetlands exhibit sort of style for South America. A few other options would be the scarlet ibis and perhaps the black-bellied whistling duck or the white-faced whistling duck. There are all sorts of South American water birds that can make it into the game. The roseate spoonbill is just the one I would like to see the most. And another picture, yes. The golden lion tamarin is one of the smallest monkeys in the world, part of the tamarin family, related to marmosets. They make up the smallest of the primates. Well, small, yeah, well, smaller than the monkeys at least, because I think maybe some kind of prosimians can get smaller, so maybe a loris could possibly get smaller than a tamarin, but the gold line tamarin is by far the most striking with its bright gold coloration and lion-like mane. And yeah, they are from the Atlantic forest of Brazil, and given their isolated sort of notability, they would make a fine addition to our zoos, as they were once highly endangered, but are slowly creeping back from the brink. And okay, I should probably just keep it to one picture. So the southern tamandua is our next animal, a tree-dwelling relative of the giant anteater, which we got in the original South America pack. And if we were to get pangolins climbing, I could see a tamandua being a very likely possibility. They're very distinct with their black shoulder stripes. And yeah, their arboreal nature would make for a very interesting and unique animal. And they have a variety of patterns. They are also one of my personal favorite South American animals, just because they're so weird, but they live in the trees, and yeah, they just look funny. And I would love to see them as they live on grasslands and tropical rainforest. And also of least concern, so that's pretty good for them. The next animal is the greater RHEA, one of South America's only ratites. The other that I can think of being the Darwin's RHEA, which is the lesser RHEA, as the greater usually refers to a larger species than another. And so the greater RHEA is found on the grasslands of eastern South America, but into sort of the central areas as well, where they would occasionally walk through tropical rainforests as well. And that'd be great for coexisting with one of the future species in this video. And yeah, just seeing more South American birds is really good. And that future animal is the Patagonian mara, one of the most famous of the rodents of South America. One of the largest and the second largest after the capybara in South America. And they live on grasslands, and they are very peculiar animals. Of course, they look like a rodent, but they can sometimes look like a deer, and yeah, they are very strange. But I think it would be a very interesting animal to see, and I I keep visualizing what a trailer for this pack could look like, and it looks awesome. Like South America is one of those continents that you wouldn't really expect to have too much splendor. But in fact, if you let creativity take over, you can have a very stellar pack. And the variety of animals in South America is insane. And yeah, it would be sensational. We also have the ocelots, the third largest cat in South America. Because for those who don't know, pumas live in South America as well. And if the jaguar is the largest in the Americas, puma is notably second. So the ocelot looks very similar to jaguars, with their blotchy patterns with the rings around the spots. But they are very arboreal, and we need more small cats. We got the caracal, we got the Eurasian lynx. The ocelot is pretty much next on people's lists of a small cat to get. And it would be a very cool species to boost the variety of cats we have in the game. As we have, we have a notable amount of rainforest cats, but having 3 of the largest South American cats would be really good. And ocelots, for those who don't know, were in Minecraft for a time. I don't know if they're still in there, but if you come into this video not knowing what an ocelot is, you might know it from that. I don't know. A bit of a speculative pick. Like, not all these animals would be in the pack. Like, these are just names I'm throwing out there for the pack. The bush dog is a unique type of canid. They have an ancient lineage that stems back to ancient times, much like the spectacled bear. And they live in forests, they live in grasslands, and are one of the only canids in South America. And they're very plump as well. Like, they're stocky little dogs. But would be great for creating like Cerrado grassland exhibits or just a general South American section. All these animals I've got here would be brilliant for South America. These are the most notable animals that are missing. And yeah, bush dog really up there. Now we get to one that is very speculative. Amazon River exhibits. So there would be a small, a medium, and a large based on the species. So the large would contain the animals like the arapaima, the red-tailed catfish, the tambaqui, and then the medium would contain the electric eel and perhaps the Occolate River stingray, and the small one would contain the red-bellied piranha. And yeah, having a big combined Amazon tank would be really cool. And I know I'm getting very speculative with this, but this is the fun of speculation. You can go wild with it. And this whole pack, if this were to happen, Frontier, I would love it if it did. Like, this would be spectacular. Round out South America perfectly. And yes, it's just interesting to have these different niches of animals. Like, we don't have any fish. And it'd be nice if we could get some fish eventually. Because they are a very diverse and notable group of animals on this planet. So, given that the game's called Planet Zoo, it would be harsh to leave them out. We've got every other major group. We've got plants, we've got fungi, we've got mammals, reptiles, birds, amphibians, invertebrates. We don't have any fish, so I think it's about time we got some fish eventually. And another notable group, the flying variety of birds. Now, aviaries have been talked about a while, but given we do have now got flying animals in the game, that was English, that we now have flying animals in the game, we've got the Egyptian fruit bat, we've got the butterflies. I think macaws would be a very cool addition and would work similar to the butterflies, given that they are very similar looking species, and they can just work off the same rig. So the species I've picked are the hyacinth macaw, the scarlet macaw, the blue and yellow macaw, the military macaw, and the green-winged macaw. All of them looking very similar and sharing all the same animations to a certain degree. Like, a couple could have some unique social interactions, but that would be pretty much it. But when it comes to the walkthrough exhibit, maybe a salt clay wall sort of scenario. You know, like when you see in the documentaries and some images, you got a whole flock of macaws on the side of a clay wall getting the salt. It'd be cool if that was an enrichment item. That would be brilliant. And another notable animal is the TOCO toucan, as it is a very famous species. And if we were to get this guy, that would be really cool because toucans are awesome. And yeah, now moving on to the Central America mini pack. So I would classify the Arctic pack as a mini pack, as it only has 4 animals. I was originally only going to have it as 3 animals, but I had another animal I had in mind. So the first animal, to no one's surprise, would be the Geoffroy's spider monkey. Spider monkeys are one of the most interesting of the primates in the Central and South American regions, as they move in a very unique way, using their long prehensile tail as a 5th limb, allowing them to move through the canopies with ease. And the Geoffroy's spider monkey is the most widespread in captivity and would make a suitable addition to Planet Zoo. I would honestly love to see spider monkeys now that we do have brachiation. We've got 2 gibbons. Next step, spider monkeys. And the next animal is the collared peccary. Now, they are known from North America, but are throughout South America and Central America as well. They are found in deserts, grasslands, and tropical rainforests, and perhaps temperate forests as well. I just forgot to put that icon on there. But yeah, peccaries would be a really nice addition, as we don't have too many pigs. Like, we've got the warthog, the babirusa, the red river hog. Collared peccary would be a nice round out for the group. And yeah, just the unique look of it. They are a very peculiar looking pig. The exhibit animal I have chosen is the plumed basilisk, not the snake. For those who may jump to conclusions, basilisk, that's from Harry Potter. It is, but this is a different basilisk. So the plumed basilisk is a type of lizard, and there are many different varieties of basilisks. Well, I think only 4 actually, but you get my point. They are lizards that run on water. And that is something I would love to see implemented into Planet Zoo. Like, if the basilisks could move from one edge of that exhibit to the other, just running on the water, that would be absolutely brilliant to see. Basilisks are after the cobra and the chameleon, are probably my most requested regular exhibit animal, as they are just such bizarre lizards. The fact that they run on water and look like a dinosaur. And yeah, they would just be a really beautiful addition. Yeah, and they're very pretty too. Like, look at those vivid patterns. And our 4th animal is the harpy eagle. Yeah, what do I have to say about this bird? The monkey-eating, sloth-snatching, king of the forest canopy, the harpy eagle, looks to be the inspiration of Fawkes the Phoenix from the Harry Potter series. Yeah, the Harry Potter series got a lot of inspiration from the Central American wilderness. And the harpy eagle is by far the most famous bird of prey in South America. Unless you classify the Andean condor as slightly more famous, I would usually jump to harpy eagle first, as they are a beautiful bird, and I would honestly love to see them. Like, if we could get bigger aviaries that aren't walked through, like, I wouldn't trust guests walking through with a harpy eagle. That would be really cool. Like, getting an eagle. That's awesome. And you'll see another eagle come up a bit later. Now, isn't this the transition? Going from the tropical rainforest to the Arctic Circle. We are returning to the Arctic for a good reason, because there are 4 particular Arctic animals, given that I'm including aquatics and aviaries in this bit of speculation. There are 4 animals I would like to see in an Arctic Circle mini pack. The first being the walrus. Now, the walrus is one of the largest of the pinniped family, reaching about 2 tons, 2 to 3 tons. Only elephant seals get a bit more. But they are distinct with, of course, their huge tusks and their moustache of whiskers. And, of course, their great hulking mass on the sea ice and rocky beaches of the Arctic. And the walrus. I was about to say the Pacific walrus, but either one would do, Pacific or Atlantic. But yeah, they are found in a variety of different zoos. I know Indianapolis Zoo has them in the United States. And there are a couple of others too, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But they are an iconic animal of the Arctic, the arch nemesis of the polar bear, and would make a fantastic addition. Next up is the muskox, a member of the sheep and goat family, which couldn't look more different from either of those. It looks like a cow, eats like a cow, and, to be honest, is very similar to something like a bison. But it is not. It is in the sheep and goat family, and yeah, they are one of the most iconic animals of the tundra. We got the Arctic wolf, and the reindeer, and the Arctic fox, but the muskoxen is the perhaps next quintessential animal of the Arctic tundra that we still require. And I say require because it is a very iconic animal, and was also in Tycoon 2, just to let you know. So it has been in previous zoo games, so it would be nice to get it in its full fluffy glory into Planet Zoo. And next is the snowy owl. By far the Arctic's most iconic bird, unless, like with the harpy eagle, you think there is a bird that is more iconic. I mean, the Atlantic puffin's pretty nice, but I don't think it beats a snowy owl. It's a pure white owl. It's Hedwig. The Harry Potter references keep coming with these. Yeah, so snowy owl, a silent flyer with those bright yellow eyes. It would make a fantastic addition to our Arctic zoos. And yeah, just fluff it up a bit with some feathers, because we only have fur right now. And something that has no fur at all, the beluga whale, an animal that is found in a variety of captive institutions and does pretty well in captivity. They do manage to breed. So it is possible that the beluga whale could be possibly the most successful cetacean to make it into the game, given that they can do pretty well in captivity and breed. So, yeah, I would like to see the pure white whale of the north added into Planet Zoo. It would be a very enchanting thing to see. And our last pack of the video is the North America mini pack. So, revisiting North America, I chose to just go a mini pack. So, 4 animals of North America, and the first is the wolverine. Yeah, this is an animal that could have been in the Arctic mini pack, but then again, it could be in a Europe mini pack too, because this animal is found across the planet, across the boreal forests, and yeah, just this is one of the only animals that could, you could say, completely encircles the globe. And yeah, they are a very cool animal. They stand up to animals many times their size, much like many members of the weasel family. And yeah, they are just a very cool animal. They would be able to climb too, which is interesting for animals of this size. They are decently sized too, and stand on their hind legs like bears. They even look like bears. Look at that. That looks more bear than weasel to most. And yeah, wolverines, they live in mountains, they live in forests. If they were to show up in a Highland animal pack, I would be very happy. But Arctic or North America would be a great entry for the wolverine as well. The next animal is also in the weasel family, the sea otter. And they are found in captivity, just for those who might argue against it. And would add many unique features into the game, being one of the only mostly aquatic mammals. Like, they'd probably be even more aquatic than the seals, as the seals get out onto land more than sea otters do. Because sea otters just sit there in the water. They tie themselves up with kelp and sit as a raft. And, oh, sorry about that. Just knocked something there. But yeah, they are very water bound. And yeah, they would make a fine addition to the game. They're also endangered, so get a bit more notability for those endangered species out there. And yeah, I should have prepared a script for this video. Gee whiz. I'm trying to pick stuff out of the air, and yeah, it's not working. But you get the idea. Like, these animals are really cool to see, and more animals is better for Planet Zoo anyway. Unless you like more scenery. I mean, I like a good bit of scenery, but I like more animals more. And the last animal is the alligator actually, hang on. No, this is not the last animal. Second last animal, the alligator snapping turtle, one of the largest freshwater turtles in the world, and a really missed opportunity in the North America animal pack. I mean, the American bullfrog is nice. It moves around, like, that's a step in the right direction, and snapping turtles don't really move it much at all, but I would like to see more exhibit animals that could transition between the exhibits and the habitats, because you get that often with reptiles. You can have a very large reptile, but they can be in a somewhat exhibit setting. And the alligator snapping turtle is one of those. Like, you could share a habitat with an American alligator. I've seen examples, not in the flesh, but I've seen images on Google. And yeah, they are just a very cool turtle that I have seen in person. It would make a fine addition to the wetland animals of North America, as we only have a couple. But they are an iconic turtle and would make a fine addition. Last animal is, yeah, it needs no introduction. The bald eagle is the symbol of the United States, and is possibly the most iconic bird in the world. Like, I don't think there is any bird that has made quite the impression that the bald eagle has. And they do catch fish, surprisingly. Like, with those large talons, you'd think they'd be bringing down deer. Like, I'm sure they're very capable, and I think there are cases of it happening, but they are mostly fish eaters. So they take advantage of the salmon during their salmon run in that time of the year, and are very well good at catching herring as well. So they are mostly piscivorous, at least from examples I've seen. I've never met a bald eagle, so I've never really been able to bask in the glory of such a magnificent bird. But it would be a fine addition to Planet Zoo nonetheless. Like, no doubt, this is a very brilliant animal, and that would have to be it for this video. So I didn't edit the trailer that that well there, where yeah. But this was just a bit of speculation. I will be doing more. I probably should prepare scripts, but random moments don't get to happen with those, and random moments are always fun. But yeah, if you agree that we should get more South American animals, like, if you would be really pleased with that pack that I showed at the start of the video, whether you'd be happy with a revisit to the Arctic, Central America or North America in general. The Americas have so many animals that we could still see, and I would love to see what you think. So, yeah, I'm doing this pretty late too, so that's probably why I am stuttering a bit. But, yeah, if you want to see more of DLC speculation for Planet Zoo, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.